Hello today. Hello. What a beautiful, beautiful day today it is today because we know that it is a beautiful day. Therefore, it is a beautiful day because so as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So we're going to continue to think upon things that bring a good report, aren't we? Well, I want to thank you for tuning in to my channel. I had some things that kind of took place in my life that I wanted to kind of share because there is a message in it. And that is why I took the time to make this little short video. But I had a little small challenge. I was having a dilemma. And before I share my story, let me just say this. I guess, well, I'm sure when you go through your things, on a spiritual level, those are the things that are designed to build our faith, of course, because they're challenges. And a lot of times, by design, I think we won't have a support system to reach out to. You know what I'm saying? A consistent support system. Now, I believe everybody has within their reach someone they can call, to chop it up with, every blue moon or what have you. But a consistent ear, you know what I'm saying? A consistent ear, a consistent shove, a consistent hug, a consistent word of encouragement, uh, a consistent thing. I think that that is one of the things that really is missing uh, for us as a people towards from one person towards another. Because make no mistake about it, although we all have not come from the same womb, uh, basically we did. Spiritual womb we did because our first estate there, we're not the roles that we're playing down here is not going to be the roles in our next life because there it does not stop once we take our last breath here in this physical form. So if we had a first estate, I think our first estate we were all pretty much on one accord. We was in perfect unison because we was in glory. We was in our first estate, and I think that a lot of times we go through the things that we go through to bring back to our remembrance our first estate. So I'm saying that to say, we really are to be our brother's keeper. I know that we are trained in such a way to be in such a division one with another because you very seldom now see queens and kings really joining together and doing the damn thing. You look at these homes today, and they're single family homes. The majority of the homes, they're the sisters, the people of color. Well, I'm gonna say the black people because we're not the only people of color, but we know that we are the black people. We get such a bad end on everything, to no fault of our own. But our in our communities, our sisters are in one family home, so that is an extra burden or extra role she has to fulfill. And it's so easy to be self-righteous in your own eyes, to point the finger at someone and to size their situation up, and especially if she's in a one family home. Now, I'm not saying this to gain sympathy. I'm basically saying this because this is a reality, and it just seemed like today that men or women are in odds with one another. It seemed like the men are so busy exhorting and lifting themselves and their brothers, their homeboys up, instead of lifting up a queen. Because don't you know that if we were back in those days, back in the ancient times, the biblical times, that if a woman, um, if she had children and her husband was not there, that the men, the noble men back in those days, they stepped up and they represented Christ. They represent the fruits of the spirit, which is compassion, long suffering, meekness, gentleness. You know what I'm saying? Those are the fruits of the spirit that we are lacking in the men today, because men are lovers of themselves. And you know what I'm saying? I've never seen such a division. You know what I'm saying? You can even listen to the music and the lyrics. I mean, the image of a black woman today. And I know that I'm saying the right thing when I say the image of a black woman's, because in any other music you don't hear the degradation of any other woman except in our music. Even in every other nationality in their culture of singing, and they come kind of saucy or whatever, if you will, and trying to make it sound good lyrically, and they say something kind of out the way of a female. It's still not to the point where it's just totally just wiping out the role of a woman, let alone a queen, a sister. So it's something seriously wrong, not with the sisters per se, because we have had to step up. We've had to step up, and yeah, we got a lot of things that we need to work on as women. I can agree that, honey, because I'm a sister, and I know I can. Hey, I know I can go hard, So, and I am I am indeed a work in progress. My tongue got twisted with that because that's real. If you know me, you know that I'm telling you the truth. Yet I am intricately and beautifully created. I am second to none. It's only one me. So you have to love me. You don't have to love me and accept me in my BS. But it just seems like we're so easy, so quick to jump to judgment against one another. And it's crazy because the women have been forced to step into the role. I don't ever think that a woman can step into the role of a dad. I'm not gonna call him a father because he's not a father. There's only one father, which is in heaven. But a dad, a real dad, now a real daddy, a daddy, pa, dad, those roles have been forced on the women. And it doesn't always take money to fulfill your obligation to your child. Sometimes it's just that time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that I'm gonna bring it in, and I'm saying it, and I'm gonna make a point here. I am, and I'm gonna get to my story because I want to share this because I prevailed anyway, as you can, as we all need to be. We need to prevail one towards another. In love, which we all, I think, lack in that area. I think we all think that we're in love and that we know what love is, but if it's from this earth, this physical thing, then it is so diluted, honey. It is not the real essence of love. And I think that the creator in his love towards us will give us little pieces of it, to continue giving us some hope, that there is something beautiful in spite of all this mess here. But to to really experience the real, I mean, we couldn't handle it. We couldn't handle it, not in this flesh form. So we have to be happy with the little imitation of love that we may be fortunate to get. So the women are forced to play roles that we shouldn't have to play, but I think we all do it well. So hats off to the sisters. Now, I'm not saying all brothers are not standing up and doing what they're supposed to do, but the majority of them are. So that means that it puts more load on the woman. So if a woman, and you see this woman, if you see a sister, men, hear me, sisters, check this out, real talk. If you see your sister struggling in some kind of way, and it's within your power to make it better, brother, guess what? You are responsible for changing it. You can't sleep with everybody. Yeah, I know that in La La Land it'd probably be good if you could sleep with every woman, conquer everything, but that's not it. That's not realistic. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can meet a person, a male and female, and you can create such a beautiful bond as friends. You know what I'm saying? Do you actually know what that is? Somebody that you can call on, the opposite sex. You can call on. You're not worried about this person getting out of line with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they may be attracted to you, but they respect you in such a way that they don't even conceive the notion of trying to be intimate with you, because the friendship, they respect the friendship because they know their friendship is hard to find. You hear me? We're so busy looking for this love thing that we forget that the friendship, real friendship, what about the real friendship? Friends, how many of us have them? What about the real friendship? So I'm saying, man, you are too hard on these women. If you have the mentality, and then I really don't understand how these brothers who have daughters claim to really be so sincere towards a woman, you know, well, claim to really love their daughter with all this good dad of the year, dad of the millennium award type stuff. Yet you lack the fruits of the spirit. You know what I'm saying? And shame on you, brothers. Because I think you brothers need to stop disrespecting these sisters. And hey, now don't get me wrong. Now some of these sisters are just downright disrespectful because they disrespect themselves. But at the same time, it's not you doing that. And you should get to a place where you see your sister, you see her mentality, and you see that she's in some type of spiritual bondage, as we all are. So instead of us always throwing each other under the bus because my thing may not be your thing and your thing may not be my thorn, we still are on the same boat, baby. There's no big I's or little U's here. We're all striving to get better of who we are, who we were created to be. At least we should be. So yeah, anyway, yeah, I was facing this dilemma, and it was driving. It was my vehicle. It's an old vehicle, but hey, God bless the child that's got it on. That's not the point. The point is I needed a battery, people, and I did not have the money at the time to get one. And so I had been having little problems with this car, so the last thing had to be the battery. So I knew that this had to be the thing. So I'm like, well, it's doable. I can get a battery. At least it's not something major. You know what I'm saying? After I had already spent money on this car, but I say, the battery. Okay, I'm hoping this is the last thing, and we can go on and get it done. So, but anyway, I was having a hard time. Now, mind you, I am not in a one-on-one relationship per se. I kind of casual with date. I interact. I'm not really involved with anyone right now, but I do have friends. But I have been told by quote unquote friends that Sharon, honey, to know you is to love you. A person can't help but to love you. You're such a beautiful person inside and out. And Sharon, you're special. You are so special. I mean, you are a special friend. I ain't got nothing but love for you, baby. Have you ever been told that? And then when you reached out to touch some of that love or some of that specialness that they look at you with, and you reached out to try to land with that love that they said that they have for you, and you reached out for help, you didn't even get an answer, or you got a I can't help you. You know what I'm saying? People use love. That's why I say I don't think that we really understand what this love thing is all about, because it is so easy to give a person your all, your everything, if you see where you can gain in return, or you're expecting to get something in return. But who, I ask you, my brothers and sisters, who will give selflessly, not expecting anything, but because they see their sister and they see a need and they're in the position to help them, and they do it anyway. And once they do it, they ain't even messed up about it. Who can do something like that? Well, anyway, I reached out, and I mean, I had made up in my mind that I was going to get what I needed because I didn't have the resources at the time. But at the same time, I do have resources. My resources was on a spiritual level. So I said, okay, after I had kind of ran into some challenges here, I said, okay, I can get negative because my feelings was hurt. I'm going to be real with you. Because when a person tell you all these things, all these positive things, which we are to feel one towards another, it's nothing wrong with that. It does not challenge your manhood. It does not make you look weak or anything. It just shows that the Father has favor on you, because you know that to whom much is given, much is required. You are in a leadership position, so you have to conduct yourself as such. So, to love someone unconditionally just because it's the right thing to do, that is so far and few in between nowadays. But to do just because you see a need there, you're not expecting anything. So I didn't get that. But what I did do, I didn't get that from a couple of little dead ends I ran into. It just opened up my eyes, but I did not get discouraged and I did not get distracted. I said, okay, so this is what I'm going to do, Sharon, because you see this thing. Now, spiritually, you see what you're going through. You see this. That's why you are not to walk by sight, but to walk by faith, because it looks ugly if you're going to look at it, sweetheart. So you can't look at it. So you're going to have to keep your mind on higher things so that you can get those results that you really need, because you don't want the BS. So I said, okay. I said, well, I'm going to get a yes. I will get a yes today. That's right, because I am worth it. I come from a endless resource of giving. My creator is wealthy in everything. So why I'm asking all these men that's so full of pride and so full of themselves, I just go to my Father, the creator of everything. And so you know what? I had to tell you how awesome when you keep your mind positive and stayed up on things that bring a good report, in spite of what the negative things try to throw at you and try to fool you into believe. All you got to do is take your eyes off of the faith and keep your eyes on the BS, and it'll manifest into that. And I've tried it. Every time I fall for that, it'd be laughing at me every time, but I didn't fall for it this time. Y'all go me. So I said, okay. I said, so I'm going to get everything I want. And so I got my energy up and I kept my positive. I kept my energy positive, and I began to quote the scripture that I know, you know what I'm saying? Yahushua is my shepherd, I shall not want, you know what I'm saying? It is given unto me as I believe, you know what I'm saying? I can have what I say. And so I had a young guy to call me just out the clear blue. He said, how you doing? You know, I want to invite you over here to a get together. I would love for you to come. And so I wasn't telling him because I wanted help. I just actually, it just rolled off of my tongue because it was the thing that was on my mind at the time. I wasn't going to ask him. This wasn't nobody that I knew like that to be asking for nothing. You feel me? This was a casual friend, but we wasn't, we wasn't real good friends because I hadn't really spent time with him, but I knew him. And so I began to tell him, I said, I can't, I got to get my car fixed. And I just began to go on, and he asked me what the problem was. And so I told him, do you people know this man that I know was sent specifically didn't even exchange words? He said, what? Girl, that ain't nothing. Come on, let me pick you up and let's go handle this. And that man did exactly that. And that man does not know if I'm a man or I'm a woman downstairs, y'all, but he did that. But what that showed me, and it reminded me what an old pimp told me back in the day. He said, Sharon, he said, let me tell you something, sweetheart. He said, you're way too pretty. You got that big old ass back then. Them niggas love that shit, but you don't want to fall for the okie doke. See, them niggas love to try to do girls like you wrong because you're pretty, you green, you don't know this shit. He said, but let me tell you this, and you'll never go wrong. What nigga or what one joker won't do, another one will. And if you remember that, baby girl, you'll never go wrong. And I remember it. I mean, I don't carry that negative philosophy with me, but I take the good stuff out of it and I leave the rest with whomever it is, So in other words, if you're going and you're asking and the person that you're asking won't open the door, honey, you keep on knocking on those doors, and I guarantee you somebody gonna open that door for you. You know what I'm saying? Your faith without works is dead. You cannot say you have all this faith and not step out on it. And I did that. Even if it was a simple thing, was keeping my energy positive and keeping my eyes, my pretty brown eyes, stayed on my prize. And I prevailed in the end, and you can prevail in the end too. So pretty much, people, the moral of this here story is, people can always talk a good talk, because I guarantee you I can talk some good gangster stuff. I'm versatile. I can be whomever I need to be. I can adjust myself, need to be, but good thing for me, I am a lady. But I don't think that most of these men really know what they're doing. That they're doing, what you sow, you reap it. And I hate to go there, but it is true. You have to be mindful who you say no to. Now that's not a threat. That's just real talk. Because even Yahushua was talking about be mindful how you mistreat even my least one. And even the word talks about if you have it within your power to bless someone, they come to you in need, and you turn them away, then it really is woe unto you. I don't know what it is about people that think that even though they judge you by this illusion, this materialistic thing, and I'm sure it is a hell of a happy ass life, having all of the things your pretty heart could ever want or desire, but you can't even take that shit with you when you die. Somebody's gonna enjoy it, and it's not gonna always be the one that you say is gonna enjoy you, because my father said that I can have a house that I did not build. So and he also told me that the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just, and I am just through Yahushua. So that's why my things manifest and they come when they supposed to. I mean, now I'm not trying to act like I'm all that, because I'm not. I'm a work in progress, but I am learning along the way that I know that I have to make sure my attitude is positive in order to get the positive results that I need. And I'm encouraging you all to do the very same. Don't take it so personal when people show their real asses, because people will. People always talk that shit. Let me say it again. I said people can always talk that shit until you pull a whole card, and then they look like just one of these other weak ass spiritually dead dudes walking around here. You know what I'm saying? So Be careful who you tell no to, because you may be telling no to the wrong person that may change the whole destiny of your life, and that's real talk. Because I know I'm special. I'm a joint heir of the king, so I know I have favor. So and I know that if you bless me, the Most High will bless you. It's been tried and tested. It's for real. You know what I'm saying? So um I'm so impressed with this gentleman that stepped out with me. He didn't ask me for anything. He didn't try to get in my panties just to show me love. You feel me? Sometimes you need a person to show you love, because even the word says faith without says hope deferred makes the heart sick. But a desired established makes the heart happy. And I kind of paraphrase it, but that's the whole summary of it. Hope deferred, that means that if I'm constantly waiting on something, Father, and I have yet to see it physically manifesting, you know what? My faith just might just start getting kind of weak. I don't want it to get, but I'm believing you. So He does manifest things to us, and that's the only way we're going to continue to build our faith and the trust in a God that we have never, ever, ever, ever laid eyes on, because there is a higher power out there. So I want to encourage y'all to do the right thing. Try to practice being your brother's keeper. Now, when I say your brother's keeper, it doesn't mean your blood brother, or your mom and your birth mom and daddy who birthed you into this world. We're talking about your spiritual brothers and sisters. We're all brothers and sisters out here now, and you never know who you're gonna need. You never know who you're gonna need. I mean, when you're up there in the clouds, you be looking down here on those little old people. They be starting looking like little ants to you. You never know. Life has a funny way of humbling you. So you have to be mindful, especially little things. Little things. You compromise so many things for over the little shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at nobody. I'm happy. I wish everybody the best, but at the same time, I get tired of the BS, as you should too. So that's why we have to be more mindful of who we allow in our circle. But regardless of who we allow in our circles, my example in itself showed that the creator is going to get it to you. It doesn't matter where you're at, who you are, or what you're doing. If it's meant to be, you do the things that is necessary to bring it to pass. It's coming to you, and nothing can stop that. Nothing can stop that. You hear me? Nothing can stop it. So we have to be mindful, not to nothing can stop the negative crap. You feel me? To only nothing can stop the good positive things that's going to keep us constantly striving towards something that's going to really make us proud. You know what I'm saying? And just be meaningful. Other than that, living this life here is in vain. It ain't worth nothing if you don't know nothing but what you can touch and see. Then you're really in a sad state. But other than that, I thank you for listening to my little talk. I know I be going hard, but I have to go there sometimes, because even if it's one person, just so might happen to just browse through my channel and hear me ranting, and it might touch them. Don't take it personal. Don't blame yourself. Don't look down on yourself because you don't have what everybody else have, honey. The Most High blesses the child that has his own. If you be faithful over a few, he will make you a ruler over many, honey. So don't get caught up on what the eye see and what the devil try to because the if you look at it, you start feeling like, yeah, but that's the imagery. That's a trap. So you have to have something more tangible, something more sustainable, something more lasting, something more eternal. And that the only thing that is eternal is your spiritual man. So you can't go wrong feeding that spiritual man that good stuff. So I ask that you like and subscribe to my channel, please. I mean, say something to a sister. Let me know you hear me, people. You feel me? Other than that, I thank you so much for listening to me. I have really enjoyed talking to you. I will talk to you another time. Bye.